Hi guys, Top Hops here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at my entire Funko Foodies collection. So let's get started! And now before we get into this, I do want to let you guys know that I didn't actually have the entire collection when I originally wanted to do this video. I was missing 2 Funko Pops, and I was a little bit worried on how I was going to be able to get these until I found out that Whatnot has both of them, who is also the sponsor of today's video. And if you guys have never heard of Whatnot, it's an app where you could buy, sell, and even auction off your collectibles. And that's how I got the 2 that I was missing for today's video. So if this is something that interests you, definitely go to the link in my description down below to get $10 off your first purchase. And now I think when it comes to showing off the Foodies, I want to start from the beginning and then we'll get to the newer stuff. So let's start with this collection that I've got here, which is every single one of the Coca-Cola figures. And you might think that isn't very many figures, but they've actually made 5 of them so far. And let me see if I can get these names right on the first try. We've got the Coke bottle cap. We also have the I'd Like to Share a Coke can. We also have Cherry Coke. And then this one's a Diamond Edition. This one's Diamond? No, this one's the Diamond Edition, and here's the normal one. I think that these figures really turned out great, especially the bottle cap and the I'd Like to Share a Coke can. It's really well done. And I know I keep pointing this one out, and if you guys have never heard of it before, it's actually from a commercial that happened back in 1971. It was called the Unity Collection. It was almost like everybody came together and shared a Coke, and I don't know if it was like a Super Bowl ad or something like that, but it seemed to really stick around because 50 years later, we're still talking about it. And then when it comes to the other 4, they're kind of just normal Coke products, and I think my favorite one out of all of them has to be the Cherry Coke, and I hope that they do make a Diet Coke in the future, because I feel like that's the main one that we're missing here. And then after Coke, we actually have a Hostess product, and this one here is the Powdered Donuts. And now I think the reason they put this product into the Foodies line when they have a bunch of other Hostess mascots for the other products is because this one actually never had a mascot. I did a lot of digging to see if they did, and they had a bunch of other ones like Twinkie the Kid, King Ding Dong, Chief Big Wheel, but I couldn't find anything about the Hostess Donuts having one, so it seems like they just had to make the actual donuts bag, which I'm not complaining about because it is pretty funny. And so as you guys can see here, they did make 2 different versions, the normal one and then the Diamond Edition version that went to Hot Topic, which is a little unnecessary, but I had to get it to complete the collection. And now this next one that I'm about to show you is the last one that they released in the first wave of characters, and this one here, I called it a character. This is literally a Spam can with eyes. I guess it's a character. You know what, I just kind of generalize every single Funko Pop as a character, and you guys make fun of me in the comments for if I call like a football player a character, or I guess a Spam can. It's just what I go to. And this might actually be one of the ones that I saw people purchase the most just because of how random it is, and it's got like a little cute face. It's pretty funny. And when you look on the back here, oh shoot, I should have checked this. It's got a silhouette of a state, and I don't actually know which one it is. I should have brushed up on this. It is, ooh, I want to say, well, it looks like it's on the right side because of the way it's cut out. I was gonna say Delaware. It's probably not Delaware. I'll have a photo on the screen if anybody is curious. And looking on the back here, it said it was established in 1973, which was almost, I almost said decade, a century ago. And now, mind you, we still have a little while to go till it is actually a century, but hey, it's creeping up. Oh, and another thing that I really do like about the Foodies is that they're always holding something that goes along with the actual item. And so for this one, he's holding a little bit of a can opener. And now let's take a look at these ones here, which is the KoolAid Packets, and there was 3 of them that originally released. And these ones here are pretty great too. The only thing that I find a little bit annoying about them is the fact that they are very similar sculpts. Actually, now that I'm looking at them, they are exactly the same, just different colors. But they do look different enough because they actually change what it looks like on the front of them. And the only thing that I'm a little bit bummed about, and I believe you guys corrected me on this last time I talked about it, is that I wish the tropical one was actually him in his Hawaiian outfit. Because I do remember for a little while there actually was a tropical version of him in a different outfit, so it would have been cool to have it on the pop, but I understand. Oh, and also, something kind of interesting about the Great KoolAid Packet is that you could only get this at the Funko HQ, and I actually got my friend Grant to help me out with this one, so Grant, if you're watching, thanks so much. And I know that there are a lot more flavors of KoolAid Packets, so I'm hoping that Funko does do more of them in the future. It'd be pretty neat, especially a lime. I'd really like that one. And now let's get into some pretty interesting ones with the 7-Eleven Slurpees. And now some of you guys might have noticed that there's also 2 other Slurpees that released. Well, that's where Whatnot comes in today. Because those were the 2 that I was able to order off of their website. They were the only ones that I was missing from the Foodies line, and they had both of them for 20 bucks. Now, I'm kind of curious, do you think I can cut 2 boxes at the same time? I kind of want to try it. Okay, here we go. You can! And so here we are, everybody. We've got the Banana Slurpee as well as the Pina Colada. And it looks like they were also shipped in protectors, which is definitely nice. And so now this feels a little bit better. If you guys want to check out all 4 of them together, here they are. And the best part is about it, when I was looking for these figures, I could actually see physical photos of the pop as well as every side of the box to make sure I was getting a really great product, and it looks like they came in exactly as advertised. And now that we're on the topic of Slurpees, I think it would be really cool if Funko could make more of these in the future and maybe even do different flavors if they were coming out with a crazy one, because I know they did Mountain Dew a little while ago, and I'm trying to think of another flavor. Wasn't there a Peeps one for a little bit? Kind of weird, but also pretty cool. And something else that I'm really enjoying about these is the back of the box and how, or I guess just the box in general, how it's the exact color for the Slurpee. Like if you guys want to take a look, it's the colors that you would see on the actual pop. And you know what, I haven't really gotten a good look at the banana or pina colada Slurpee, and taking a look at them, they are some really nice ones, especially with the way they put the Slurpee on the cup. I think it's really well done. Okay, now we're getting into a pretty random category of characters, and these ones are actually more recently released, and you might even be able to find them in stores still if you want to pick them up. But let's check out this first one here, which is a White Castle slider. And this one is a really funny one, especially because he does have the box on top of him. It's kind of like a little burger carrying himself around. It's pretty funny. And I do know that White Castle is famous for their sliders, and I've never been there, so maybe if I'm ever near one, I should probably go for a video. Oh, and something else that I found really cool about this figure is that people have actually been changing up the colors for different restaurants. I believe one that I saw was In-N-Out. I hope they make that in the future too. Oh, and I knew that there was a figure that had an anniversary, and that's why they released it. Apparently, when this first released, the White Castle slider was 100 years old. Because if you look at the top here, it says established in 1921. Crazy. And now the next one that we've got here is the Moon Pie, and this one was available only at Walmart, and I kind of wish that I picked up the plush to go along with it, and I saw it a little while ago. I don't know why I didn't grab it. Oh, and because I mentioned the plush, if you guys didn't know, almost every single one of these also has a plushie to go along with it, and they're pretty cute. And now taking a bit of a closer look at the Moon Pie one, I am really enjoying it. How he's holding a little Moon Pie box in his hand, he's got a thumbs up in the other, and then the bite coming out of the top, it's perfect. And now what do we have next? Ah, the hot tamales. And this is a really great one, especially because they made the box a bit of a different shape from a lot of the other ones. I was worried that they were going to make it the same shape as all of the other boxes they had done. And even though we haven't talked about many of the boxes yet, we'll get into those. And this is just one of those random ones they made a little while ago, but I do really like it how he looks angry and then he has a flame in one hand. It's pretty sick. Oh, and something else that I really enjoy about the Foodies is on the back of the box, they actually have the product. So for this one, it's got like the fiery hot tamales. Oh, and now let's get into some of my favorites. And I actually want to do these ones together because they are probably my top 3 from the Foodies line. We've got the Pringles, Hershey's Kisses, as well as a macaroni and cheese box. And I think that these are probably my favorite because I have them the most. And I think out of these 3 here, I have the Hershey's Kisses the least, but the Pringles and the macaroni and cheese, they come up a lot. And now I guess let's start by talking about the Hershey's Kiss. And this is a really nice one, especially because it's got that kind of like metallic to it to almost look like the paper or like whatever wrapping they put around the kiss. And they do also have that little bit coming out of the top as well. And I don't want to say the name of it. If you guys want to look it up for yourself, you totally can. It's a bit of a weird one. And now with the macaroni and cheese box, I think it's a really great one, especially because it does have that wooden spoon, which I actually use every single time I make macaroni. And I know that's a bit of a weird thing, but I have practically that exact wooden spoon. Also, one other thing that I do find kind of funny about this figure is that they call it the blue box. So are they going to be making more of these in the future? I'm not sure. And then, of course, we've got the Pringles can. And the only thing that I find a little bit annoying about it is that they put the new branding on it instead of the original one. I understand why they did it, but I would have preferred the other. And even though I am dogging this one a little bit, I really do enjoy that he's got the chip in his left hand. It's a pretty good addition to the figure. Okay, now let's get on to the last category that we've got here, which is all of these cereal boxes. And this is what I was talking about earlier with the hot tamales, how they've made so many different box characters, and I like that they actually switched up the size of the hot tamales box so it wasn't exactly the same as these guys. And I guess we'll start with the ones that I've got here. So we've got the Boo Berry, Frankenberry, as well as Count Chocula cereal box. Boxes, there's 3 of them. And these ones are some of my favorites. I just wish that they added a little bit more detail to them, like the Count Chocula having a cape, as well as Frankenberry maybe having, actually, you know what? Frankenberry's not too bad. I think the only thing I would have added is maybe like a spoon in his hand. That would have been nice. Or no, you know what it was? I actually talked about this a little while ago. I wish that he had the things that are also on the side of Frankenberry. He's got like a steam whistle on one side and then a gauge on the other, like a pressure gauge. That would have been really cool on the side of the box. And then when it comes to Boo Berry, he has that little like yellow and orange hat. It would have been really neat on the top of this thing. And the only reason I think that they didn't do it is because it looks like for every single one of the cereal boxes, they kind of just use the exact same one and then have different arms as well as legs. It's a bit lazy, but they do change them up enough that you'd probably want to get more of them. And in my case, every single one of them. And now let's get into these two next, the Cap'n Crunch as well as Crunch Berries. And now it's funny, I did just mention that they were being a little bit lazy with them for not adding stuff on the sides of the boxes, but then when you take a look at these ones, they really did give it a lot of detail, like even changing up the cereal bowls to have Crunch Berries on the Crunch Berry version instead of just painting them in. They're actual little circles, and I do enjoy that. But still though, don't you think it would be cool on the Captain Crunch one to have the Captain Crunch hat on the top, and then for this one here have the little like Crunch Berry spots all over it, or even like his little hair coming out of the top? It would be a nice addition to the character. There it is again, character. They're cereal boxes. And now I guess we'll do both of the General Mills, then get into Kellogg's after that. And for these two here, we have Trix as well as Lucky Charms. And these ones are pretty decent, like they change them up as much as they possibly can without adding anything to the tops of the boxes. But for the Trix one, I would say it is probably the most boring out of all of them, because again, I would have liked something coming out of the top like ears, or even like a little tail sticking out of the back. But I mean, hey, there's not much Funko can do about it because this is exactly what the cereal box looks like. And then when it comes to the Lucky Charms, I think this one's pretty cool too. The only thing that I'm again a little bit bummed about is that they put the newer version of Lucky on the front instead of the older one that I remember. And very similar to the Pringles, I understand they're not going to be putting the older branding, but it would have been nice to have that classic, like, early 2000s Lucky. And now, everybody, last but not least, we have the Froot Loop cereal box, and this one is really great because they put the original Toucan Sam on the front. And I know he's a little bit hard to see in the box, but if I flip it around to the side here, you can see what he looks like, and it's really well done. And something that I find really neat about this one is that they didn't just do the same cereal box as the other characters that we had looked at. They actually put Froot Loops into the bowl, as well as changed up the way its legs are and the colors to almost look like Toucan Sam. It's a really nice detail. And now, since I've talked about it with all of the other ones, I figured I might as well give you like a little bit of a bonus that I would have liked added to this character. Maybe a beak coming out of the front. That would have been neat. And well, everybody, there you go. That is every single Foodies Funko Pop. And I'm going to try to put them all on the screen while I'm doing the outro. I don't think I'm going to have enough room for them, so that's why I'm starting now. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And again, if you guys want to check out Whatnot, I will have it linked in the description down below. And I guess I hope you guys enjoyed. Hold on, I've almost got them here. We've got to put the other powdered donuts. And if you guys want to see more from me in the future, woohoo, hold on. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that. Whoa, 2 glares here. But this has been another episode of Top Pops. Hold on, I can do a couple more here. Popsters. Wait. Thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Oh, shoot. I was doing so well. And the glare. I apologize. What am I going to do here? It's a bit better.
Did the math. I'm baby Johnny Cash. My girl gon' throw it back. That my life is cinemas. Holy hell, this max. I make hits and you make trash. I'm on vacay, do not ask. Poolside eating Apple Jacks. Shut up. Big deal like TJ Maxx.